Good evening, ladies and gents, and welcome to another Q8 pilot stream. It is 2100 hours local time, 1800 Zulu. Welcome to the HotStart FBO, where we are going to begin planning for our flight today from Montreal to Boston Logan International in the United States. First, let me welcome all of you guys here in chat. We have Morgus, Mark, Joshua, V-Skycheck, welcome aboard. The Giggle Yotis, I hope I said that correctly. We have with us Seth4N, Flyby, Captain USA, Diego, Stan, hello, my friend, welcome aboard. And we have also James, hello, James, welcome. Anthony96, welcome aboard. Hello, Eric, welcome aboard. Glad to have you here with us. Explain Gamer, we have Simich3, One on Tour, welcome aboard. Thank you for your support, sir. Victor Garcia, Chris, Explained Gamer, Bomb Tech, and Jeffrey. Let's see, Brennan de Oliveira, welcome aboard. Benny. Sorry if I missed any of you guys. McGregor, MC Gregor, welcome aboard. The Walking Fruit, welcome, guys. Welcome, glad to have you here. We have quite a bit to cover in this video, and there's quite a bit that I want to share with you as well, as far as the updates on the channel, Flight Sim Expo, and all of that. We'll do that. It's a short hop from Montreal to Boston, but hopefully we'll have some time to give you some updates. And of course, today we're giving away this beautiful aircraft. We are flying version 1.8, which is currently a beta. And the developer of the aircraft was very kind to provide me with this beta here to showcase some of the new features. All right, let's go ahead and head over to the front desk here and ask Jenny for the flight information.
Welcome to HotStart Flight Support. How can we help you today?
All right, November Bravo 650. Victor. And let's say that we need about, let's say 25 minutes to set up the aircraft. So we'll have the passengers delivered. We are today a total of 9 passengers with the crew. So 2 and 7 passengers aboard this flight. And we're going to need to jet A fuel. Jenny, please. And that's pretty much it for the flight. And here we sign Q8.
Of course, Captain. I'll get that organized for you right away.
Thank you very much, Jenny. Appreciate it. All right. We have the flight plan already planned, so we are going to head over to the aircraft. And ladies and gentlemen, look at this beautiful aircraft, the HotStart Challenger 650, one of the, in fact, not one of, but the single most complex study-level aircraft ever built for flight simulation. We are going to be taking a look at some of the study features of the aircraft today for our flight to just get an appreciation of how complex this aircraft and how realistic it is. I was blown away by some of the features, but first let's do the quick walk around here. We're going to remove the covers here on the aircraft. And we'll leave the chocks so the ground crew can take care of that for us. Let's do here a quick walk through the aircraft wing. Just make sure that everything is in order. And the lights are in good condition here. The strobe lights, we can see there are no leaks from the flaps, and everything looks in tip-top shape. If you go back here, this door, by the way, you cannot open, but it's probably something that will come in a later version. But you can interact with most of these things. This one you can. This one I'm sure you can. So if you open this, this is for the APU, and this is where I believe, this is if there's a problem with the APU, I believe that's where the APU connects. And you can start this, test it. You can do all sorts of things. So this is fully operational, fully modeled. And we're just going to close this here. Excellent. Let's take a look here and take a look at the tail of the aircraft. Make sure that everything's okay. Again, look at the details there. Total paint thickness on tail fuel tank and tail cone should not exceed AMM limits. And very, very nicely modeled aircraft. In terms of the visuals, this looks really, really good. And then there is the, if we look, looks like some sort of an external power here. Can be connected, looks like. Yeah, there we go. And there's a little compartment here as well. Let's see what that is. Yeah, there we go. So this is the water fill and the water tank. So this is again for servicing. Everything is modeled on this aircraft. Really study level simulation of the Challenger 650. Look at the beautiful landing gear cover there. Look at that. Very, very nice. Again, the wings here on this side, they look pretty good to me. And we can also take a look at the lights. Let me just walk away from the aircraft. Put us back in the FBO. What did I do? All right, back to the aircraft. Excellent. All right, so we have the... there we go. We can go to the other side. There we go. Excellent. Walking, the walk around is a bit, not very refined. But here, let's remove the covers. And again, you can open. Let's go ahead and show you guys. All right. So I want to open the oxygen cover here. Right, so that's the oxygen. You can see the amount, the supply, the oxygen pressure in the aircraft. Right, let's make sure those are latched. And of course, there is the landing gear bay door, which you can close from down here. Right there. We'll worry about that in a little bit. But now you can actually open the cover here. And you can look at the front here. Look at that. Main battery direct bus. You've got all the wires. Look at that. I mean, this is really, really cool. Keeps getting better and better, I have to say. All right. Looks like the fuel truck is here. All right, let's lock that. Again, everything is in the locked position. And is that the fuel truck? It is indeed the fuel truck. All right. Well, he can wait for us while we... check the aircraft. All right, so the walk around and the exterior inspection is complete. We can go ahead and open the door now. All right, we're going to step to the side here. There we go. All righty. Let's hop into the cockpit. And let's just make sure that everything is in tip-top shape for our flight. Opening the front thingy is a new feature. Yes, it is. It is a new feature. There are a lot of new features in this version. Let's make sure everything is cleaned up and ready to go for our expensive guests. Here, everything is in tip-top shape.
How much fuel you need, or would you like to go tanks full today?
All right, so he's asking us for a fuel. He can wait for a little while here. Let me just get situated here, and we're going to start taking a look at what we need to do. All right, so he can wait a little while until we have powered up the aircraft. Let's see here. Let me go to the aircraft. We're going to select X Aviation. So let me scroll down. There we go. X Aviation, the Beta Challenger 650 documentation, and the CL 650 expanded normal procedures. We're going to go to the next page, and here we are. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to make sure the circuit breakers, MDC switches are closed and off. The overhead switches are off. Nose steer is off. Landing gear lever is down. The flight spoiler lever is retracted. Flap lever position is checked and matched. Landing gear manual release is stowed. ADG manual release and stowed. ADG lamp test. And then we're going to make sure that the logbook, AC docs, they are on board, safety equipment, and the external check is complete. All right, so the external, if we look here, we can take a look that all the circuit breakers are in, which is good. And then if we look down here, the speed brake is stowed, flaps are retracted, the landing gear is down, and all the instruments are in the off position. Excellent. And that checks. The ADG lamp test is right here. So we're going to put this on lamp, and we see the green light, and everything is checked here. Perfect. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to turn on the battery master switch on. Roro Aviation, welcome aboard. Glad to have you here with us this evening. All right, so battery master is on. Check out the sounds on this aircraft. It's just phenomenal. I forgot to do one thing, folks, which is start active sky. So let's do that. Right, let's cancel the master caution. All right. So the battery switch is now for easy reference. What I'm going to do is I am going to bring these guys up. And one of the nice features is now if you hover over the controls, they will pop. So I'm going to bring this up here. All right. Let's see right there. I think that's good. We'll make it maybe a little smaller for now. All right. So we have the total fuel is 365, 369. Okay. So let's first look at the DC electric. There we go. DC electric. This is exactly what it should look like. And now we can perform a few tests before we can start the APU. So let's come down here. The first thing we're going to do is the fire monitor test. And we can read the right engine squib 1, 2, left engine squib 1 and 2 are okay. And then we can release that. The APU bottle test. APU squib 1 and 2 are okay. Excellent. And the fire detection test. On warn. Checks okay. And fail. Checks okay. Excellent. And now we are ready to start the APU. Start the APU. We're going to turn on the APU power and start the APU. We'll wait for the APU door to open, and then we'll go start. Excellent. All right. Now, as far as fuel is concerned, you can see that this is taking its own sweet time, and it registers with time. And the reason why is because the fuel sensors actually take time to monitor how much fuel is in the aircraft. And if you want to study this, you can go to study, and then you can go to the let's see here, fuel system, and you can say let's see here, fuel level sensors. Now, these are the sensors, as you can see here, and you can see how the fuel is changing inside the aircraft. So it is monitoring the amount of fuel. So it takes a little bit of time to register the right amount of fuel. So very, very cool. Again, very well done. All right, so let me go ahead and open the fuel panel here in preparation for refueling. We're going to need a little bit of fuel, additional fuel. So first, we're going to turn on the fuel switch on. We're going to test the test lamp here, the shutoff test as well. All checks okay. And we're going to open the fuel switches here. And now we can tell this guy how much. All right. So we need about 5,000 pounds of fuel. And so we have already, let's see here. We have 4,390. So we need a few more liters. So we don't need that much. I'm going to say, let's pump in 160 liters into the aircraft.
All right. I'm going to go start up the pump.
All right. And we can now start the APU. All right, so before we start the APU, we need to come to the AC electric. We're going to make sure that the APU here is not on, so we can see that everything's turned off. And now we can turn on the APU generator. And the minute you start the APU generator, you'll notice that now you have electrical supply by the APU feeding into bus 1 and bus 2, as you can see here. Perfect. All right. So if we go next page here, that's we've done battery master. We're going to do the light test. So we're going to hear lamp 1, and we're going to look over here. All looks good. And lamp 2. And again, lights are okay. Excellent. So that's also checked. So we've already done this. We've done the fire monitor test. And then we've done the fire detect, warn, and fail. We've done all of that. We've done the fire detection, and there comes the FBO.
Hello, Captain. It's Jenny from HotStart Flight Support.
Hello,
Your
Jenny.
passengers have arrived. Shall I have them brought to the plane?
We're not quite ready yet, Jenny. We're still preparing the aircraft. I'll give you a call when we're ready.
Understood. Just call me when you're ready to receive them. Anything else?
That'll be it for now. Jenny, thanks for your help.
Always a pleasure. Take care.
All right. Thank you,
Refueling
Jenny.
is complete,
All right.
Captain. Do you need anything else?
Do we need anything else? I think we're going to need to pump a little bit more fuel. So let me pump this many more. 160. 200.
All right, I'm gonna go start up the pump.
All right, let him start the pump. Okay, so we've done the APU. We've started the APU generator. And now we can see the APU gen here is switched on. Excellent. AC and DC electric. All right, so now the AC electric, you can see this, and the DC electric now looks proper. We have the APU. We have the proper volts on both batteries here, on the main battery and the APU battery. And we have the electrical systems now all powered up. Perfect. All right, so all of that is checked. Nav lights, we can set those to on. And then, let's see, lamp test we've already done. And next we're going to do the duct monitor. Okay, so the duct monitor is located here. Right, and we're just going to say test 1. Right.
Bleed air duct.
Right, that works fine. Loop A. And we can check the message on the CAS. All right, perfect. And loop B. All right, perfect. And that is now checked. Okay. Now, for the rest of this, the reason I wanted to do this solo is that I wanted to show you that you can follow the, let's see here, 4970. I think we need a little bit more fuel. So we're just going to put another 160 there.
All right, I'm gonna go start up the pump.
The reason I wanted to show you this is so that you're able to actually appreciate the fact that the documentation is very well detailed in the Challenger 650. But what we're going to do now is we're going to use the integrated checklist, which has a first officer as well. Let me set up our, there we go. There is a first officer that will read things back to you. And I think it's a good idea to also use that. We've done most of the things here. So let's go ahead and bring up the checklist. There we
Flight
go.
compartment checklist. AC and DC electrics.
Right, we've already done that. We've verified the AC and DC electrical power is as per the diagrams.
Checked. Nav lights, logo light.
They are on.
On. Cockpit lights.
They are good.
Set. Lamp test.
We've already done the lamp test.
Tested. Duct monitor.
We've done the duct monitor as well.
FMS database status.
All right, so that's what we're going to do. Notice, folks, when I move the mouse over the display here, you see how it pops up the this part of the pedestal, the central pedestal, and now you can actually interact. This is a nice feature. All right, let's take a look at the fuel. I think we're good here. All right, so no, you can go
Okay,
ahead.
just one quick signature on here, and I'll be on my way.
All right, we'll send the bill to the customer. Let's sign. There we go.
Here's a copy for your records. Have a nice day.
Captain USA. Wait, there's a built-in co-pilot. Yeah, there is. Okay. So now I want to show you something here. If we go to study and we go to the fuel system, you can see that this is still, you can see the sensors, the fuel sensors, and they're still actually registering. So there's probably, we'll get a little bit more fuel from what the current reading. And by the way, you can switch this to the defuel system, the transfer, the motive system, the engine feed system. Everything here can be monitored visually. Okay, so we've done that. The next thing is the FMS database status now that we're all refueled. So we're going to bring up the CDU. We're going to go to IDX. We're going to select status. And from here, we're going to select the database here and switch that. All right. Perfect. So that is now done.
Cycled, checked. FMS flight plan uplink, ADDONS.
Okay. So we are using SimBrief, and this aircraft has full integration with SimBrief. So we are going to go to the, first let's go to position init. And we're going to select our current location, which is Charlie Yankee Uniform Lima. That's Montreal in Canada. And we are going to select the FMS position here. There we go. We go to flight plan. And from the flight plan, we will select the secondary flight plan. We are going to go to the route menu. And we're going to select flight plan recall. And here we can enter the departure airport CYUL and the arrival airport, which is Boston. So Kilo, Bravo, Oscar, Sierra, and enter that there. Excellent. And now we can say send. Now, this is going to take a little bit of time. And the reason being that the aircraft's communication with the satellite takes a little bit of time, and this is true to life. So if you go to the study here and you go to RSS and go to the VHF data link status, you'll see that this information is still coming up. Let me click on this one here. Yeah, you can see here that the satellite system still has not initiated, it has not committed. The aircraft systems is still not. Now you can see it's starting coming up. You see that? And now if I click here, you can see that, but still the aircraft systems are not. Now you can see things are powering up. You can see the communication with the aircraft with the satellite system. So it will take time for the data link to download. And if you look here at the channel, the bit rate, receive and transmit, you can see that we are receiving information. So you know from here that your data or your flight plan data is being downloaded. And this is again true to life. Okay, so we are good here, and we're just going to wait for this to finish. We're going to go to the route menu. Let's go to IDX. We're going to go to the status. No, beg your pardon. Let's go to data link. We're going to go to the weather. We're going to say request. We're going to again put CYUL as the origin, and Boston as the arrival, and we're going to send that. All right, perfect. Return ATIS, the current airports, the departure ATIS, so CYUL. Okay, we put that there, send that. All right, we're good there. All right, we can just say that everything is initiated.
Anti-skid.
All right, anti-skid is located down here. We want to make sure that the anti-skid is armed, and then push the test here. And now we can see anti-skid in test. Right, checks okay.
Armed, tested. Nose door.
Right, the nose door is not closed, so we need to close the nose door. But first, we're going to power up the hydraulics. So we're going to come here to the hydraulics. We're going to turn on the 3A pump. We're going to put that on auto. And now we can go to the outside and close the, let me close these guys here for a second. And let's go to the outside and close the nose door. All right. There we go. Nice weather today. It was pretty bad yesterday when I did the stream, when I did a test flight. So we're going to come here to the nose door. We're going to open it, and we're just going to close it. Ah, the reason it doesn't close is until we haven't removed the pin covers. So let's remove the pins. Let's go to the inside. Look at how detailed this is. Look at that, guys. Wow. All right, let's remove the covers there. Excellent. Now we can close the... There we go. Perfect. All right. All good. Back to the aircraft. All right. If you look here at the IDX data link, let's see, flight plan. Flight plan is still coming up, still not there. All right, we'll wait. We can bring this up. You go to study and VHF link status. Yeah, still data mode, yes. Yeah, still working on it. All right. We'll leave it for the time being. And we'll put this away. Okay. So nose door, now we can say that this is done.
Clear. Hydraulic 3A pump. On. Brake pressure.
All right. So we want to check the... we're going to come here to hydraulic. And let's see here. Let me zoom in a little bit. Hydraulic. And now if we look here, we have the... Let me make this a little bigger. All right. So now you have the hydraulic system. You have the brake pressure. About 3,000 PSI, which is perfect.
Checked. Parking brake.
All right, for the parking brake, you need to hold the toe brakes and then press the park and pull the and turn. So let's hold the toe brake. And now the parking brake is set.
Set. Nose door.
Nose door is closed.
Closed. Hydraulic panel and pumps.
All right, so the hydraulic panel and pumps, you simply need to put the 3A on off, and we put the 1B and 3B on, and then it will indicate. You should not see low hydraulic low pressure, which we do not see. So that test is okay. And then we're going to put all of these on auto. Okay, perfect.
Checked. Auto 3A on. Electric panel.
All right, so you just want to make sure that the AC power Gen 1 and Gen 2 are in the off position, which they are.
Checked. AC DC utility switch.
All right, so the AC DC utility switch now comes on. There we go.
On. Start ignition panel.
Start ignition panel is off.
Checked. Fuel panel.
All right, let's do the fuel panel. Let's check here on our flight plan. Why does it say still no flight plan? All right, let's go to the route menu. Flight plan. Recall. Still pending. Request pending. All right. Well, let's leave it for the time being. We'll worry about it in a little bit. Okay. So the fuel. In order to check the fuel, the first thing you want to do is you want to press the left boost pump, then the TO auxiliary, gravity, X-flow gravity, and then the R to auxiliary. And once we have done that, now we're going to press the right boost pump, which is on. And then we're going to press the left auxiliary, Now we're going to press the left 2 auxiliary switch. And then we're going to press the gravity. Press the right 2 auxiliary button there. And finally press the R boost pump. And now you should get the inop for both of these, which completes the test. Perfect. So that is tested.
Checked. APU LCV.
APU LCV is APU and the 10th stage isolation.
Open. 10th stage isolation valve. Open. Packs. On. Air conditioning panel. Checked. Pressurization panel.
Right, pressurization panel is
Checked.
checked.
Set. Bleed air panel. Checked. Supplemental ground wing anti-ice panel switch.
All right, so in here, what you want to do is you want to make sure that the wing anti-ice is set to off, and the supplemental ground anti-ice is off as well.
Out. Cal anti-ice switches.
All right, the Cal anti-ice switches here. We're going to press both the switches here, and we're going to check. It says check the following caution messages are not displayed. So we're going to click on the left and the right. And we're going to just make sure that the messages do not appear here. So we're good there. And then we're going to turn these off again.
On or off. Anti-ice panel.
All right, the wing. So the wing switch is set to off. Check that the left and right heat lights are extinguished. Check the cal left and right are pressed out. Move the windshield wind left and right to the high and head there. Okay, so this is here. So we're going to move this to high. Move this to high and then press here to test. Okay, checks okay.
Checked. Tested. Emergency lights.
All right, emergency lights are armed. Seat belts to on. No smoking to auto. ELT is checked.
Checked. Armed. Passenger signs. On or auto. ELT. Armed. Glare shield panel.
All right, let's go to the glare shield here and take a look. Let's cancel the master caution. And why is this flight plan still not coming? It's taking quite a bit of time to download the... All right, study, documentation, RSS, VHF data link. Yeah, we can still see that the information is coming. Loading terrain. Let's see. Yeah, we should be able to get it. It is taking a bit longer than usual. Still says request pending. All right, yeah, you can see that here. Station beacons. All right, let's just give it a little bit more time. We're still preparing the aircraft. All right, so glare shield here, everything looks good. We're going to set our altitude to 36,000 feet. So let's come here. Right, 36,000. Right, 36,000 is set. And everything else here looks good.
Checked. Crew and passenger oxygen.
Right, passenger oxygen is good. We're going to check also the oxygen here and right here. Yeah, you can actually put the mask on this aircraft. You can, that is fully simulated. So, all right. There we go.
Checked. On. DCU warning panel.
Right, that's checked.
CVR.
Right, CVR is simply right here. So,
Tested. Audio panels.
right, we're going to come to the audio panel and we're going to turn on VHF 1 and VHF 2 and the intercom, the service intercom here as well, so we can hear ground control.
Set. SPS
Hello, Swiss.
system.
All right, so for this, we are going to put the channel 1 stab trim on, and we're going to hold the SPS test. All right, that works perfectly fine.
Checked. On. Integrated standby instrument. Checked. Set. Clock.
All right, we're going to come to the clock here, and we'll just put flight reset.
Reset. EFIS ICAS. Checked. Main landing gear bay overheat.
All right, so the main landing gear bay overheat test is here.
Gear bay overheat.
And fail switch as well.
Checked. TOS warning switches. Out. Tested.
They're right
Pitch
here.
and roll disconnects. In. Stowed. Ground spoilers.
Right, so these are the pin covers there. You can move them, and it would if you move them, it would disconnect the first officer from the captain systems. It will be completely disconnected. Okay, so the spoilers are auto.
Auto. Thrust reversers.
Thrust reversers, we're going to arm them.
Checked. Armed. Thrust levers.
All right, so the thrust levers, what you need to do is you need to just move them and bring them back. And the same thing for the right. There we go.
Checked. Shut off. Engine speed switches.
The engine speed switches are located here, and they are both turned on.
On. Engine vibration check.
The engine vibration check is located right here, so we're going to click here, and we're just going to look for, on the display, we have VIB, if you notice there on the display, and that is now checked.
Tested. Oral warning.
All right, so the oral warning is, it takes a very long time to hear the entire warning, so what we'll do is we'll just turn it on, test 1, and move it again to turn it off, and then the second oral warning test, and then we move it again to switch it off.
Checked. Smoke detector.
Smoke detector is right here. And we can see smoke toilet, baggage bay, and passenger door. All right. Sorry, not the passenger door. Okay, so that's
Tested.
checked.
Trims. Mock trim.
All right, so channel 1, channel 2, mock trim
Tested.
are set.
Set. Yaw dampers.
All right, we're going to click on the yaw dampers.
Engaged. Reversionary inhibit switches. Norm. Out. IRS.
Okay, is the RS aligned yet?
Aligned. CPDLC.
We don't need
Logged
it.
on. TCAS.
All right, so the TCAS, if you want to test the TCAS, we can bring this up here. We're going to go to Tune, and then from here you can simply set Test.
TCAS system test OK.
All right, so we've tested the TCAS.
Tested. ADDONS and clearance.
All right, we've obtained.
Copied. FMS flight plan. Wind update. Perf.
All right, now let's go back to our flight plan because there is something here that I do not see. No flight plan. Why is it not getting the flight plan? Secondary flight plan. Let's go to the route menu. Flight plan recall. Still says request pending. Very strange, isn't it? This plane has everything making want to get into X-plane. Absolutely, yeah. Does the plane take a lot of FPS? Not really. Let's take a look here. We are on the ground. We are getting about, let's see, about 60 FPS here on the ground. So not very, not a problematic. All right, so I'm not sure why we are not getting the flight plan. So, let's see here. We have the position in it. We can go to the flight plan. All right. Well, here's what we can do, folks, since we are not getting these. Finally, data link flight plan loaded. What do you know? It takes time. And this is true to life, by the way. It's just, it depends on the communication with satellite. So we're going to go now to the secondary flight plan, and we're going to activate the plan and execute it. Perfect. Just in time. Okay, and let's clear all of that. And we can now go to, let me make this bigger. So if you guys want to follow along later, you can always come and reference this. We're going to go to the departure, and we can see that according to our flight plan here, there is no SID. So there is no SID here. We are departing straight from runway 24 left. Let's take a look at the flight plan here. I've highlighted this using Navigraph annotations. And the flight plan here is a direct to Verca, and then direct to any. Then it's the Ocean 5 into Boston, runway 33 left. We are departing 24 left. So all is good here. 24 left is already selected. Next, we're going to go to the arrival. The Ocean 5 is selected, and we're just going to scroll down to ILS runway 33 left. It says here it's not used, but that's what SimBrief gave us, so we'll just take that. And the vectors, if you go to the charts and we look at runway 33, you'll see that the transition is the bend transition right there. So we're going to select that one, and we're going to say execute. Perfect. So now we have the flight plan programmed here. If we go to the legs page, we do have a discontinuity, which we are going to remove. And, right, set. And then we're going to go to the next page. Next page, there is from Ben, vector from, I think what we can do is we'll select Ben and take it there, and we're going to execute that. That way we'll just have the nice turn into the airport. And then if we go to the message here, all right, we'll get rid of that. And then like wind, like data. All right, we'll check that in a little bit. Okay, so we have everything here as far as the flight plan is complete, and now we need to put the performance data. So we're going to click on performance. The current outside temperature at Boston is, let's see, where is the temperature? -1. The temperature is -1. Sorry, we're not, we don't, this is Montreal, so it's -1. And we're going to enter that here. -1 is set. We've got the takeoff thrust is set and the APR set. Excellent. Next, we're going to go to perf int, and we have the cargo for the flights. So let's enter this information real quick. And if we look down here, so the cargo is about 500 pounds of cargo. There we go, 500 pounds. Excellent. And as far as fuel is concerned, all right, let me just remove that. There we go. Let's see, we have 5,190. 5,190 for the fuel. Excellent. I'm really sorry, guys, that I'm not really looking at chat right now, because this aircraft really requires quite a bit of time to set up. And so I just wanted to make sure that we are able to get through this, and then we'll chat. I'll take a look at the flight plan modification. All right, execute. Right, and we are done. Excellent. So everything is done here. Cruise altitude is 36,000 feet. Let's go to VNAV setup. Target speed for the VNAV climb, 250, maybe we'll say 270. And let's see, 0.77 there for the climb. Yep, that works. Excellent. And execute. And then the next page here, flight level is good. And everything here, we'll leave everything else the same. And we'll go back to the perf int page. Let's go to takeoff. And once you populate the winds, you'll be able to, everything with a dashed line is something that we need to enter. So if we go back here and take a look at the average wind is 224.85. So 224/85. and we enter that here, and now we have all the information here. Excellent. So all is good here. The runway is currently dry. We're going to go to the next page. The CG trim is not something that appears to be modeled at this point, so we're going to go ahead and ignore that one, and we're just going to say send. And now you see it says in progress, and if I remove this, you'll see now that we have V1 112, V-rotate at 121, V2 at 134, and VT at 148. Excellent. So we are pretty much done with the MCDU, and we're going to come here and set the speed to 200 knots. Again, this is right here, so you guys can see it again. So that's 200. There we go. 200 knots is now set. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and set the altimeter. Now, we are in Canada, so we need to change this. Let me come down here, and let's see, lower menu, lower format. Where is it? Ah, it's right here. Okay, so let's go to the upper. No, we don't need that. There we go. We need this one here. Then we need to go to the PFD menu. We're going to select it, and then we're going to go to config. And from config, we'll change this to inches of mercury. There we go, inches of mercury. Excellent. And that is done. We'll say escape, and we're going to go to this guy here. Why is synthetic vision is not available? Looks like, see that? Synthetic vision is not available, it seems. Strange, but true. Okay, well, we'll worry about it in a little bit. So we are done with the FMC, so let's go ahead and check that.
Programmed. Takeoff data.
Is
Set.
done.
Avionics and charts.
All right, so the charts are located here, so we can click here somewhere there on charts, and you can set up your charts, but we already have Navigraph charts, so we're just going to leave it as it is.
Set. Flight instruments.
All right, so the flight instruments are checked. Everything here looks good. I'm going to change this, by the way, to... let me change this format here. Format. Yeah, I think that's good. And the range... There we go. That's better. And the altimeter is, let's see here. Weather altimeter is 3034. All right, we'll come here, 3034. All right, perfect. 3034 is set. There's too many of them now. Okay. And let's check that.
Checked and set. Departure briefing completed. Emergency procedures reviewed. Pins, covers, chocks.
All right, so we've removed all the pins, but the chocks are still installed, so let's get ground control to remove them. And the ground crew will now remove the chocks.
Ground to cockpit. Chocks have been removed.
All right, thank you very much. The chocks have been removed.
Removed. Cabin lights, water heaters, master seat. Set. Flight compartment checklist complete. Engine start checklist next.
All right, so now we are ready to start the engines. It's a good time to bring our passengers. Let's call the FBO.
HotStart Flight Support, Jenny speaking. How can we help?
Hi, Jenny. We are all prepped here for departure. We're ready to go. Can you please send the passengers over to the plane?
Understood. They'll be there in a couple of minutes. Anything else?
Thank you very much, Jenny. We'll see you next time. Thanks for your help.
Always a pleasure. Take care.
You do the same. All right. We can now go out here and wait to greet the passengers once they arrive, and then we are ready to go. Yeah, life was better when we had the GTX 1080. Pins are still in the main gear. No, There are no pins in the main gear. They have been removed. We can do a quick final check if you guys like, but the pins have been removed, and you can see that the door, the landing gear bay is closed. And just look at how beautiful this aircraft is, guys. Just absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous aircraft. Ah, you are right. Very observant. It's good that we did a check here. You deserve to win something there for reminding me. Thank you very much for that. It's good that we did a final walk around there before the passengers arrive. Would have been a disaster with those really expensive guests. All right, let's come back here. And you can obviously play with this if you like. One of the nice things in the Challenger is this little guy here, which is the flight display, flight information. Gives you all the information there, and the passengers can see it. Okay, so we're ready here. Let's just come out here and wait for the Mercedes-Benz truck to arrive, delivering our passengers. Yeah, very good one by Johan. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Hey, Daniel, welcome aboard, my friend. Aviation Medias, welcome aboard. All right, here's the Mercedes-Benz van arriving here. Delivering the passengers to the plane. How are you, Chris? I hope you are okay. Right, cabin is clean. We are ready to go. Come on, guys. All right. Very nice Mercedes-Benz van. Quite posh.
Hello, Captain. How are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
That's great to hear. Well, we're all set back there, so we can get going anytime.
All right, just get yourselves comfortable there, and we'll be taking off in just a few minutes. Get yourself comfortable, and you'll be served some some drinks, and a little later, maybe a light meal. Thank you for choosing QH Aviation for your business trip this morning. All right, let's go ahead and close the door here. And you want to make sure that you have the green light here indicating that the door is closed and sealed. And for the viewing pleasure of our passengers, we're going to close the... There we go. Am I stuck somewhere? All right, there we go. All right, so all is good there. We can close, by the way, the door here as well, but we're just going to leave it so we have access to the cabin and take a look at it. All right, let's go back into our seat. And now everything is... We don't need this anymore, so we're going to remove it. And now we can start with the engine start checklist. Okay, here we go.
Engine start checklist. Doors.
Doors are closed.
Checked and set. Fuel quantity and balance. Checked. Beacon.
All right, let's go here and turn on the beacon lights.
Fuel boost pumps.
Fuel boost pumps are on.
On. Ignition.
All right, and now we can turn on the ignition. So what you want to do is ignition A. Before we start the aircraft, there are a couple of things that I'd like to point out for those of you who are new to the Challenger. One is the ATS disconnect button is located right here. Okay, so this is one on the right throttle, and this one is on the left throttle. And this one will disconnect the ATS system. I highly recommend that you map a button for this. And in order to do this, you can just go to the, I believe I have it on, which one? I think it's on this one here. Uncalibrated, really? Huh. That's strange. All right. Well, let's do that. That's really strange, but true. All right. And I'm just going to say ignore these. All right. There we go. Okay. So if I click on the, it's actually on my yoke. Hang on. TCA Boeing yoke. Okay. So if I click here, you say this is the captain control wheel flight director sync. So this one here, I'll show you this in a minute. And then the disconnect, the ATS disconnect button is actually mapped to a keyboard button. So let me just search for the command here. Alt A. Or is it, I can't recall which one I programmed for this one. This is Toga. I believe it's Alt. I have Control and A to disconnect the ATS. So that's something you want to map. The sync button that you just saw is located right here. Let me just show you real quick. That is the sync button is right here. You see that little switch here? So let me just click here so you can see it. You see how that's pressing, and that's very important for the Challenger. Okay. All right. So we can now start the engine. We're going to come here and ignition A.
Armed. Engine 2 start.
All right. We're going to start with engine 2. So we're going to press and hold. There we go. There we go. And now the engine is starting at 20%. And 2, we will introduce the fuel. There we go. And now the engines are starting. Very, very beautiful aircraft, both inside and out.
Fuel system.
All right. Now for the fuel system, you just need to turn off the, it says, press the fuel boost pump switch lights out, check in up both fuel bus switches, check for caution messages. So only thing is here, we just want to turn off the fuel boost pumps and check for the messages, which we are getting. There we go. Excellent. So we're going to turn this one as well, the right one. And then both are on. So we are good, and the test is complete.
Checked. Engine 1 start.
Okay, so engine 1 is now running, and now we want to, engine 2 is running, and now we want to start engine number 2. Or engine number 1, beg your pardon. So engine number 1 is now starting. We're going to wait again for 20% of N2, and now we can start engine number 1. All right, we'll just wait for the engine to start. There we go.
Engine start checklist complete.
All right.
After start checklist, next.
All right, so now we have started the right fuel pump. There we go. Okay. Probe heat is right here. What is it dinging about? Generators. All right, so generator 1, generator 2. Excellent. And probe heat is located right here. So probe heat 1 and 2 are on, and now we don't see anything in yellow, which is cool. All right, so now we can turn off the ignition.
After start checklist.
Right.
Generator 1 and 2. On, checked AC and DC. Ignition. Disarmed. Packs. On. 14th stage. Open. CYUL anti-ice.
All right, so this one says press the CYUL left and right switches and start the chrono timer. Okay, so we're going to come here to the CYUL left and right.
On, check 45 seconds.
And we're going to click
Flight
here.
controls.
Let me All right, there we go. And we'll check 45 seconds. Okay.
Checked. Ground spoilers.
Right, so ground spoilers, we can just, let's go to the flight control page. Here. Now we have flight and these ground spoilers. And you can just see here that they are deployed. And then we're going to retract them.
Checked. Stowed. Auto. Flight spoilers.
Spoilers is, we're going to move it to... So actually that was the spoilers. Sorry. So yeah, so that's the spoilers.
Checked. Stowed. Cal anti-ice.
All right, let's wait for 45 seconds. We didn't get the advisory message for some reason.
Green advisory message on. Supplemental ground wing anti-ice.
Right,
Test
we'll just...
on.
Okay.
Fuel balance. Checked. Trims.
All right, so trims is 3 for takeoff. So let's set the trims. There we go.
3 set for takeoff. No steer. Armed. APR.
All right, so the APR tests are located down here. So this one here, you test 1. And we can see APR displayed there. And test 2. Excellent.
Checked. Armed. ADG unit.
All right, so the ADG unit is displayed down here. We've tested this. It says hold it into switch to unit. And we can see the green light illuminates. And that's checked.
Tested. Supplemental ground wing anti-ice.
Yeah, we didn't get that message from I might have done something wrong there. I did get it on the previous flight, but this time it's not there. I like the subtle visual detail of the standby ADI reflections on the underside of the glare shield. Wish the Airbus devs, both MS and XP, would do that. Yeah. It's just really a phenomenal aircraft.
Cal off. Wing anti-ice.
Right wing anti-ice goes to normal.
Norm. 14-stage isolation valve.
This is press bleed air, 14th stage. All right, that's already done.
Checked. Wing anti-ice.
Right, we can test that. So if we go to the wing, we can see it there. Okay.
Checked. Off. ATS.
All right, now for ATS, you need to engage toga. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to engage toga.
TO.
We have N1 TO.
TCAS.
And then we're going to put nav. Right now we have LNV. So let me just bring this up. You have LNV1 and ALTS, which is alt select and takeoff and takeoff. And now you know that everything is configured correctly. Hey, Captain Canada. How are you doing, my friend? And we have also Sven Woody. Welcome aboard. 36 months as a private pilot. Thank you very much, Captain Canada, for being here. Guys, you know who Captain Canada is. Of course, he needs absolutely no introduction in the world of flight sim. Hey, Dougal, good evening to you, my friend. All right, so we have done the checklist there. Let's see. N1 takeoff is done, and...
TARA.
All right.
HotStart checklist complete.
All right, so TARA...
Next.
If you want to set to TARA, all you need to do is hold the ATC button. Let me bring this up here so you guys can see. So I'm going to go to Tune. And notice that we have the TCAS. Actually, we can put this on 2000. Right? So we're squawking 2000. And if I hold the ATC button here, it will just change this to TAR. You can do it, obviously, from the CDU. But if you just press and hold ATC, then you're good to go. All right. All is done, and we are ready to go. Okay.
Taxi checklist.
All right,
Taxi
so...
lights.
All right, taxi lights.
On. Wing and cowl anti-ice. Norm, on or off. Brakes and steering.
All right, so brakes and steering, obviously, we need to start taxiing. So let me release the parking brake and begin taxi. So again, we are going to hold the toe brake, press the parking brake here, and then we're good to go. Let me reset my view again. And let's give it a little power here. What a beautiful looking aircraft. Wow. Thanks for stopping by, Captain Canada. Really looking forward to meeting you again at Vegas. All right.
Checked. Reverse thrust. Checked. If taxiing the de-ice, pause checklist here until a paper de-ice checklist is complete. Flaps. 20. Altimeters. Set and cross-checked. Radar weather.
Right, radar weather.
On. Takeoff briefing.
Ah.
Reviewed. Taxi checklist complete. Before takeoff checklist. Passenger signs. Advance on. Probes. On. Windshield heat. On. Wing and cowl anti-ice. Norm on or off. Continuous ignition. On. ATC TCAS. TARA. Supplemental ground wing anti-ice panel. Checked. CAS. Takeoff config OK.
All right, takeoff config OK is there. You can see that here, guys. See takeoff config OK. So it means all is good and we are ready to go. Let's switch this to legs. All right, and we want to change the format. So let's see here. Lower format, there we go. Excellent, we have that, and we're going to change the there. Let me just bring this here so I can see. There we go. I think that's good. Okay, perfect. All right, we're all good. And clear for takeoff.
Check. Landing, pulse, recog lights. On. Before takeoff checklist complete. After takeoff checklist next.
All right, we are ready to go. And ooh, we have somebody who's just Renan D. Oliveira coming in with 99, is it rupees or dollars? Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Mr. D. Oliveira. Thank you very much. That's very, very kind of you, sir. And we have Sven Woody, just welcome to Commercial Pilot. And Mertoya, welcome to Private Pilot. Thank you very much, guys. All for the support. Appreciate it. All right. Hey, Carl, welcome aboard. Just in time for the departure. All right, let's go. All right, guys, we are at runway 24 left and cleared for takeoff. Now, when you, with the Challenger, as you advance the throttle forward, and I need to make sure that those are, they are moved together. So as you move it forward, you will notice that ATS will enable on its own. We're going to just double check that we have 200 knots set here, and we're good to go. Okay, so I'm just going to set the view here. Actually, this view is not correct. Let me... All right, so this view is correct. And what we want to do is we want to bring the... We're going to bring this part of the layer of the panel with the horizon for takeoff. I'll show you this in a minute. Here, let's give it, and make sure that always you have the two bowls and you have the white bowl covering the bowl behind it. That's for the correct view. It's okay to move a little bit to the backwards just so that you can see it properly. All right, but we are pretty much good to go here. And what we can do is we'll bring this and leave it here. There we go. Let's line it up. Right, you see that ATS is enabled. N1 hold. Looking for 121 and rotate. Positive rate of climb. Gears going up. Right, here we go. We are 24. I'm going to hit the sync button now. And that's going to sync the pitch for me. And we're going to retract the flaps. Right, looking good. Nav is already enabled. We're going to engage the autopilot. Autopilot is engaged. We are in nav mode. And let's see, speed is 36,000. Let's go to flight change. And let's do the after takeoff checklist.
After takeoff checklist. Landing gear. Up. Flaps. 0. Thrust reversers.
And pretty much the first officer now will take care of everything for us.
Off. Pressurization. Checked. PAX transition.
What happened here? All right, let me just...
Completed. N1. Climb set. APU generator.
Right, let's...
Off. APU. Shut down. Passenger signs.
All right, let me turn off the ATS. There we go. I'm sure I've done something wrong there. All right, let's re-engage it now.
Go around thrust set.
No, no, no.
Positive rate.
No, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's go to the previous checklist.
After takeoff checklist. Landing
Okay.
gear. Up. Flaps. 0. Thrust reversers.
All right, let me just take care of it now.
Ignition.
There we go. 10,000.
Pressurization. Checked. PAX transition.
Right, so the first officer will take care of all of that for us.
Completed. N1. Climb set. APU generator. Off. APU.
All right, there we go.
Shut down. Passenger signs.
Excellent. We can do it better. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Yeah, thank you very much, Stan. Appreciate it. The throttle was set a little too low for auto throttle to sync. Yeah, I figured that out, Carl. Thanks for that. Appreciate it. All right, looking good here. Above 10,000, let's go ahead and increase the speed. We're going to go to I think 270 is good for the climb.
Set go around thrust. CAS.
Stop go around actions. Okay, let me set the ATS there. There we go. All right, looking good. We're climbing now to 36,000 feet.
Clear. After takeoff checklist complete.
All right, we're done with the after takeoff checklist. Wing anti-ice we don't need, so we're going to come here and turn this. No, not that. All right, sorry guys, I received a phone call. All right, let me set my view. We are in, there we go. Okay, so that's our view. Okay, so we are past 2,000. I'm sure we can, I'm sure that we can bring this back. We hit the, let me try one thing.
Positive rate.
No, that's that disconnects the autopilot. All right, let's go back. Okay. There we go. ATS. That should fix it. Perfect. All right.
Go around thrust set.
No, no, no. All right, let's cancel this. All right. Okay, so everything's good here. Hey, Captain Lee, welcome aboard. Storm Trail, welcome aboard. Captain Nick, welcome aboard. Glad to have you, all of you guys here. Is there an easy mode? There is no easy mode. All right, so we're looking good. A little bit of a struggle there with the departure. This aircraft does require a huge learning curve, without a doubt. But it's a very fulfilling aircraft to fly. Again, to show you guys, let me remove the FB. Okay, so a few things I want to show you here as far as the study. Now, it allows you to visualize everything from the electrical network to the engine. So, for example, if I look at the left engine state, now you can see that I can actually see exactly what is happening with the engine here. And if I go, say, show the oil system, and now you can see the oil system and the oil tank, everything, the lubrication, the pump rate, the pump pressure, the flow, everything can be very easily monitored. You can look at the fan map. Now, I claim to be no expert here, and I don't understand a lot of this stuff here, but it goes to show you how detailed this aircraft is, and all the things that you can actually click on it, and it will tell you what it is. Again, the filter, bypass, the pressure sensor. You can visualize everything that is happening in the engine. Again, from the study, obviously you have a lot of failures. Look at this. All of these items you can fail. The most detailed failure manager I have seen in flight sim. It beats PMDG, it beats Phoenix, it beats just everything. There is nothing that comes close to this. And just look at how many things you can actually fail on the aircraft systems, and it tells you how many of the aircraft systems are actually modeled. Just look at that. Anti-skid, all of that can be modeled, can be triggered as failures. Not only this, but you have also, you can fail your avionics, And you have also the runway approach lights failed. You have things like bird strikes, microburst encounter, smoke in the cockpit, smoke in the baggage bay, in the toilet. All of these scenarios can be triggered for increased realism and a really study level experience of the aircraft, which is very, very cool. Now, if you go, by the way, if you recall, if we looked at the VHF data link status, look at this now. You see how the station beacons are? Now, what is wrong with this guy? Why is this? Okay, now the speed is on. Okay. You can see here all the stations and whatever's active of them and how the aircraft is communicating with the satellite here. So look at that. Loading terrain profile to BTV. Please wait. Now you can see the aircraft and how the aircraft is communicating with this particular station, which is very, very cool. Again, very, very detailed. Again, if we go to study, you can look at the FMC position there. You can see that. You can see the DME as the aircraft travels. You can see the IRSs, IRS 1, 2, and 3. You can look at the GNSS relative to the aircraft and what data is being received. Very, very detailed aircraft. Let's see here. What is something interesting? We can look at the bleed system. Here, again, you can see everything. This is the 10th stage bleed system and the 14th stage bleed system. Again, you have all the information there. And when you hover your mouse, it will tell you exactly what this is, which will increase the level of study that you can perform on this aircraft. Really, and by the way, I've read on many of the forums that real-world CRJ or a real-world Challenger 650 pilots actually use this aircraft for training. And a lot of them have said that the aircraft actually has systems that they were not aware of. And it was a great learning aid for them to understand how this aircraft operates. All right, we are at 36,000 feet. If we look here, TOD is in about 105 nautical miles or 15 minutes, so not very long before we arrive into Boston, our destination. What I'm going to do is bring up the CDU, and we're going to go to perf. We're going to go to the perf menu, and we're going to start looking at the approach here. We are approaching a runway, let's see, runway 24... Which runway? 33 left, so we're going to put 33 left. Runway invalid. I think we have to put runway. All right, let me clear that. So RW33 left. No, doesn't want that. Okay, never mind. We'll check that in a minute. Let's put the CYUL. Ah, that's why. All right, so 33 left, and let's just put the wind. We're gonna go to Boston. Let's go to the weather, and the weather is let's see, few at 210, 360, 10 knots, 360. We'll just say 359. And 6 knots, 10 knots. Okay, that's the wind. Excellent. And the outside temperature is currently 6 degrees Celsius. 6 is set, and the altimeter is 3027. 3027. Right, that is set. Excellent. Next page. Delta VREF. We'll put 5 knots. Doesn't want that. Okay. Well, engine bleeds, wing thrust reversers both. All right, we can just say send here. Let me clear that. All right, so let's say send in progress, and that will set the VREF and VFTO for our arrival. Next page, everything here looks good. Everything here looks good. Perfect. All right. One thing that we need to do is also set the ILS frequency. So let's come to our runway here, which is 33 left. All right. So 33 left is 110.7. All right. We're going to go to tune, and we're going to put 110.7 and 110.7 for nav 1 and nav 2. Okay, everything here is set. It will automatically set the approach course once we engage the nav source. In fact, when it actually when it intercepts the localizer, it will automatically set the course. So we'll put this back on the legs page, and let's take a look at the outside. Just look at this view, guys. And you can see the icing conditions there. You can see the ice there on the terrain far in the distance there. There you go. I think you can see it better now. Just look at that. Beautiful wing. I really like the texturing on this aircraft. Very, very nice. And if we look here, there we go. Montreal to Boston. Remaining distance 244 miles, about 37 minutes until we arrive. Right, all's looking good here. Let me come to the tune. We're going to change the comm radio. Invalid channel. Let's see. Okay. That way it doesn't. Okay, perfect. All right, so all is looking good, and the top of descent is, we're going to be using VNav today for the descent. It is absolutely gorgeous, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, look at that. Oh, beautiful. Oh, that is just amazing. All right. Now, one of the cool things about this aircraft is, if you recall, when we were on the ground, we used this phone to call the FBO. Now, you can see that there's airplane mode, so this phone is probably a 5G or a 4G phone. So it uses a GSM network, I suppose, and it is not available while we're flying. So this aircraft is equipped with a satellite phone where we can actually call the FBO here. And we'll use that in a little bit, and actually it works just like it should. By the way, all the circuit breakers are modeled here and are functional. Just really, and let me show you one more thing. The heads-up display works exactly as it should again here. So for those of you who like the heads-up display, it is available. I normally do without it, but okay, that's icing on the cake. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oh, just look at the ice there. Wow, this looks so nice. All right, let's take a look here. 64 nautical miles. Very, very nice aircraft. Let's take a look at some of the environment. So you can actually look at the oxygen system. Look at that. Change data field units. Again, you have everything here. If we go to study electrical network. No, let's go to GPS. Okay. So from the GPS, you are also able to look at the position of the satellites. So here are the actual satellites relative to the aircraft. So you can see all the different satellites here, as you can see. Very, very detailed. I mean, I haven't seen anything quite like it yet. You've got your IRSs as well. This is your WAS horizontal protection level. Their current WAS RNP03 navigation service display. Again, everything that you can think of has been modeled and is available for you to study and is operational. So this is truly, guys, when I say that this is the single most accurate, most complex study level simulation of an aircraft for any flight sim ever. Now you know why. You have got to love X-Plane, guys. All right. So we are looking here at top of descent in. Let me go to the likes page. All right. And so the top of descent is at about 51 nautical miles. All right. So one of the things I wanted to kind of update you on is, of course, you've all seen the announcements from FS Expo 2024. I am very grateful for my good friends, Captain Canada, Blue Games, XP72, Two-Turn Murphy, Simhanger, for being with me on the announcement stream where we've announced the free all-paid trip to Las Vegas, sponsored by the Q8 Pilot channel. If you guys wish to, please go ahead and apply, and hopefully you'll be one of the lucky winners. Hello, Hasapaso. No, not yet. We haven't yet run the giveaway. So I'm really, really looking forward to it. And of course, there was also the announcement of the Q8 Pilot Content Creator Lounge at the Expo. This time around, folks, what I thought, last year, I had my own booth, and I was really, really humbled by the number of people who walked to the booth to just say hello and say thank you, Q8, and you know, thank you for everything you've done for us. And I was really, really humbled. And I really felt this year that I have a responsibility towards the flight sim community, and I want to give you guys something back. So I've decided to do one at the Content Creator Lounge for all the content creators to have their fans come and say hello to them. And Evan and I from Flight Sim Association, we've made sure that also the branding is going to look very, very nice for picture-taking opportunities at the Expo. So that is something, is my way of saying thank you to all of you guys, and also to all the content creators who have inspired me over the past 9 years. One other thing I want to say today is I haven't forgotten our dear friend who has left us very early. My dear friend, or late friend, Matt Davis. Matt, wherever you are, rest in peace, my friend. I hope you are in a better place. I'm sure you are. And I really miss the guy. And I will never forget Matt, and I will never forget how he's inspired me to start making content on YouTube. So rest in peace, my friend. I wish you a much better place. I hope that you're in a much better place now. So that out of the way. Also, what I wanted to say is this evening, there was a guy who came to the chat right before, actually before we started the stream, and started bashing me, and I know where he's coming from. And the surprising thing is, on the HotStart Discord, there is probably the single most, how should I say, aggressive bunch and the most bashing of Q8 Pilot that I have seen in the past 9 years. I really don't know why. But it looks like I'm not very popular there on the HotStart server. Oh yeah, he's, you know, not doing things right. He messed up this review, and he doesn't know this, and he doesn't know that, and all sorts of you know, ridiculing. And one of the things, first of all, guys, I never claimed to be expert on flying the Challenger or any other aircraft for that matter. I show it to you guys the way I experience it. I give you my honest opinion about what I think works and doesn't work for the flight sim world or the flight sim community from a flight simmer perspective. So I try to show you as much as I can in the simplest way possible for you to experience it. And so, yeah, I mean, I really don't get it. But what I did learn during the past 9 years of creating content is that you have to develop a very thick skin for this hobby. Even NG Driver, I was listening to one of his videos, who's a real-world type-rated 737 and A320 pilot. He's got some bashing himself. And I'm okay with people not liking me. I'm okay with that. I know I cannot make everyone happy. But for somebody to go the extra mile and show their hatred and, you know, bully you, that's something I just don't understand. But I'll tell you that I have developed a very thick skin for it. And I will tell you also that I want to thank the entire channel management team, Carl, Stan, V Skycheck, Trishal, Rand, all those guys always keep me sane. And they always encourage me when I feel down. So guys, really thank you for that. I really appreciate what you guys do for me. And there are a lot of toxic people in this community. I just never understand why. Why are you being so mean? Yeah. So anyway, we've dealt with the guy. Yeah. Yeah. So if I look at the few who are haters, you know, the guys over at the Discord, the management team always remind me, they say, Q8, there are a few haters for sure, but you have 100,000, just almost 100,000 people who appreciate you and appreciate what you do for the community. And that should overpower anything else. And I do agree. I do agree. Yeah. Thomas, how are you, my friend? Good to have you with us. Mark says you should never look down at anybody unless you're admiring their shoes. Nice one. Q8 videos are always great, even if not quite perfect. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, and again, I strive for perfection, but I understand that I cannot always be perfect. And is there an invite link to your Discord? Yeah, the moderators can, I think just type !Discord, you'll get the link. That's definite. Yeah, when you're doing something right, you'll have the, you know, when you have haters, you know you're doing something right. That's for sure. All right. So if we look here, folks, if we look at the TOD is in about 9.1 nautical miles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset the MCP altitude here. We're going to go down to, let me bring this up so you guys can follow along. All right, we're going to bring this down to, I think there is a restriction at 6,000, which VNav will take care of. And we'll put this on 7. I'm going to hit VNav. All right. And in just a little while, I think we'll be able to see the... right, Let's go here. Let me just make sure. Next. All right. Looks good to me. All right. All right. Now we can see the, you can see here the diamond. And when we are ready to descend in 4 nautical miles, you'll start seeing this diamond moving down, and then the aircraft will begin the descent. All right, cool. Let's remove all these displays here, and we are good. We'll begin the descent checklist in a little bit. All right, I think it's a good time to begin the descent checklist.
Immediate return checklist.
No, that's not what we want.
Set. Alt after takeoff checklist. Landing gear. Up. Descent checklist.
All right. There
Shoulder harness. Secure. Passenger signs. On or auto. Pressurization. Set. Fuel quantity and balance. Checked. FMS landing data charts. Programmed set. Approach briefing. Reviewed. VNAV transition flight level. Set. Descent checklist complete.
All right,
In-range
descent checklist
next.
All right, so the descent checklist is complete. We'll do the in-range checklist a little later. Everything's looking good. Unable to accept invite for some reason. Huh, strange. Yeah, Benny, we're a few subs from 100,000. Yeah, which is quite an achievement. I'm very, very grateful, guys, for that. Thanks for everything, Q8. You are a very valuable asset for the community, and next to that, an amazing human. Shukran. Well, thank you, Hasubasu. I appreciate that, my friend. That's very kind of you. Well, thank you very much. New to Flight Sim and learn a lot watching you, Q8. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that. And by the way, guys, this is what really makes it for me. This is my joy from doing this. Is really to hear these comments that, you know, I've learned something from Q8. And that's really what makes it for me. It just really gives me a lot of joy that I'm able to teach you something, able to share my passion with you. And a lot of you know that I'm not in this for the money. I mean, the amount of money I spent on sponsorships and giveaways and buying add-ons is just crazy. And also my setup. So the computer setups that I do, I continue to upgrade and buy the latest and greatest so that I can show you guys, you know, the best experience possible. So it actually costs me a lot more than I've gained from it from a financial perspective. But the thing is, the fact of the matter is that I want to make sure that I give you the absolute best experience. Thank you very much, Victor Garcia. I appreciate it very much. Hello there, ASCII-Band74. Welcome aboard. Glad you still show X-Plane, even if it's not the most popular. You know, Black Shark, I think the last few streams have all been X-Plane. And I just absolutely adore X-Plane. It's just absolutely amazing. Amazing sim. And it's getting even better. Look at those clouds. Let's switch here. Just look at that, guys. What do you guys think of that? Yeah. Now that looks really nice, I have to say. Oh yeah. All right. 30,000. We are looking good. Descending at a reasonable rate. And if we bring this up and come here, right, so that is our arrival. We're still looking good. Excellent. Let's just verify a few things. Perf. Perf menu. Approach. Next. Next. Yeah, that looks all okay. All right, activate VNAV descent. Target speed is 250. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, good. We have a few restrictions along the way, but we're good. I love the texturing on the Challenger. So nice. Explain or Microsoft Flight Simulator? No BS, pick one. I will be very honest with you on that one. So if I had to pick one over the other, I think everyone in chat will know. They know which one I'd pick. If I were to say, look, you can either use MSFS or X-Plane 12, and I will definitely pick X-Plane 12. Definitely. There's no doubt in my mind. I mean, don't get me wrong. I really enjoy Microsoft Flight Sim. But there is something about X-Plane is just... Been watching since fourth of ORBX tutorial. Thank you for everything. Pat Co, thank you very much for coming in with a £4.99. £4.99. Thank you very much. That's very generous and very kind of you, sir. And thank you for your kind words. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. Thank you. There is a lot of misinformation when people compare X-Plane physics to MSFS. MSFS was built for the was built from the ground up with graphics and such in mind. Yeah, correct. And by the way, it's still based on the old ESP program, the old ESP platform. So, ooh, look at the weather. Looks like it's going to be some weather there. All right, so we do have a few restrictions there. All right, we're looking okay, looking good so far.
1.5 DME. Then turn right, heading 100. The vectors Merit, Mike, Echo.
Looks like we're going to encounter some clouds as we arrive. Yeah, that's definitely one thing that Laminar needs to fix is the artifacts when you are flying into the clouds. All right, let me go to... We want to go for the weather at Boston 3027. AJ Funari just came in with 10 gifted memberships to the Kuwait Pilot channel. Thank you very much, AJ. I really appreciate your support and your kindness. That's very generous of you, sir. Thank you very much. I live in Boston, so weather... How are you, Anthony? Thank you very much, AJ. That's very, very kind of you, sir. I appreciate it. Okay, was it 3027? Okay. All right, we'll leave the speed for the time being. Guys, if you've received a gifted membership from AJ, please be sure to say thank you. AJ, once again, thank you very much, sir, for the support. I really, really appreciate that. It's very, very kind of you.
No, you can expect runway 4 left.
Right, 19,000.
You can expect runway 4 left.
Let's double check on the altitude there. 1,500. Okay, so we are going to change this to 1,500. There we go. Excellent. All right, we're approaching the transition altitude. So 3027. 30.
JetBlue 1715 transmitted in.
There we go, 3027. And we begin the turn.
I'm showing you over code. Is that not what you guys want?
Excellent.
Yeah, it's not really working for us. I think company was trying.
Look at that. That looks very, very realistic in my view. Those clouds look absolutely amazing.
Good evening to Quebec off Atlantic City, Yankee. Parker to Quebec Golf, Kennedy Place, good evening. Atlantic City Airport, Kennedy 5 departure. Accept, fly runway heading until the JFK.
All right, 17,000. Looking good.
5 DME. Then turn right, heading
And we can probably decrease the range. There, we'll zoom in a little bit.
5,000. Squawk 1114. To Quebec off Atlantic City, the Kennedy 5 runway heading to the JFK 1.5, right turn 100. Vector 6 CS5.
I really like the feature here where you can, you know, bring up the pop-up here. Look at that. And then you can change things around. Very nice. All looking good. Although I don't think the community has voiced that they do care about graphics, and I'm glad to see that with 12.1 there is a focus on that. That's correct, Black Shark, yes. I've read more scenery being released for X-Plane 12. Very good sign. Yes, absolutely, Anthony. And definitely the release of ORBX True Earth Great Britain North is an indication that X-Plane is alive and the big developers are still developing for X-Plane. We are going to be, by the way, doing another flight across Great Britain North in the coming days, and I will be flying the V-Flight Air Piper Arrow 3, which we didn't get a chance to fly during the last stream. And that aircraft is definitely worth it, and it's just an absolutely amazing little GA aircraft for X-Plane. So we are at 14,000 for 1,500 feet. We are looking good. Everything is as it should. If we look here, all is good. Let's see here, 302. And yeah, TTG. We are actually in the departure now, in the arrival. So we're flying the Star, and we're looking good. Yeah.
Blue 1561, I'm knowing you're ready. JetBlue 1561, ready. 1561, include the Tango Bravo Papa.
Very cloudy here as we arrive into Boston.
Fly runway heading until the JFK 1.5 DME. Then turn right heading 100. Vector shift. Direct jet. Juliet. Echo. Tango. Zulu.
Anybody else listen to the ATC in the background get some good laughs? Yeah, for sure.
Uniform. Direct.
I'm disappointed that many devs stopped support X-Plane as much as before due to MSFS. Sven, you are very right there. But I don't think it takes anyway from X-Plane, really. X-Plane is backed up by Lebanon Research, a great company And they still have some very good developers developing, including Xcraft, Flight Factor, V-Flight Air. Any builds are still pretty much alive and still updating their aircraft, so that's good to know. Actually, Mark, XP Realistic, I've completely removed it for this flight. There is a compatibility issue between XP Realistic and this aircraft. It causes a lot of issues with the views. It causes issues with the walk-around feature. Overall, it doesn't like it. So I removed it to avoid any problems during the stream. I'll bring it back for other streams, but for when I'm using the Challenger, I normally remove XP Realistic from the plugins folder altogether. All right, I am going to reduce the speed to 220 knots. And we're going to send the speed brakes.
1561, read back is correct. Trains Alpha and flying. She said 2716 at this point. 2716, JetBlue 1561. Roger, we have Alpha. 1561, thank you for that. And
all right, 220. There we go.
1257, JetBlue 1561. Good night.
Now, if we are not at the right altitude, I'll just take it a little bit, and then we'll fly back to the... we're coming up to 10,000 feet. There is a restriction at 9,000. Right, 10,000. Let's go and turn on the lights. And fasten seat belt. On. And on. Okay. Okay. So we have the first restriction coming up at 9,000. That's runway 33 left, so we're almost there. Visibility isn't that great, but we should be able to. We should be fine. We've been flying for about 46 minutes now. One thing I love on X-Plane is to have is GSX. Yeah. They do have SAM, but unfortunately, it is no longer being updated. So that's a bummer. Right, there we go. Right, 9,000. And we can see Boston. We can see the city. We can see the buildings there. Weather is pretty bad. Alright, let's go ahead and we can reduce the speed further. Right, I'm going to go to 210 knots. Extend the speed brakes, help the aircraft reduce speed a little faster. Right, looking good. All right, so the next restriction is at 5,000, and we're looking good. Just a beautiful aircraft. All right.
Good morning. That's
7,004. Simulating failures in this aircraft, I would imagine, would be a nightmare. Okay, wait, I should have 2 sceneries for the pre-release stream come your way this week. Thank you very much, Captain Lee. Appreciate it, my friend. It is actually very fun to simulate failures, but yeah, it's not very easy to deal with the failures on this aircraft. So, all right, let's go ahead and call the FBO.
Let me take 10,000 initially, squawk 2516.
Yeah, Jenny, please prepare a van for our passengers for when we arrive. No, that's all. Thank you. You too, Jenny. Thank you very much. Right, we continue our descent now. All's looking good. Very nice clouds here as we arrive into Boston. Right, let's go for the in-range checklist.
In-range checklist. APU. Started. Altimeters. 3 set, cross-checked. Avionics. Set. External lights. On. N1 target. Set.
Delivery from Qatari 756 Heavy.
APU PAX transition.
We request 09 left, full length for the departure.
Okay, yeah, your flight test's going to come out in about 5 minutes.
Avail completed. APU generator. On. CAS. Checked. In-range checklist complete. Before landing checklist next.
All right, so we've I think I've engaged the in-range checklist early. So let me just... that's okay. We'll just manage the speed for the arrival.
Maintain 10,000 on departure. Squawk 2502. Into Washington, sorry, Jack 2, kind of transition. 10,000, and squawk 250, 5.
All right, here we go. Looking good.
Delivery Qatari 756 Heavy. Qatari 756 Heavy, American.
Right, so if we look here, there is a restriction. Okay, in tube. Okay, that's good.
Roger, have a good day.
All right. Are there lights to illuminate the buttons? Yes, there are lights. There are lights here, so you can do lighting here. Now you can see the lights illuminated there, and there are some lights over here as well for the overhead. And now you can see that everything is looking nice.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, looking good.
Clearance, this is Costera 2711. Costera 2711.
Right, 160.
We're ready to copy with Yankee on board. Costera 2711, disperse to Mike.
Right, and we're going to activate the approach.
Via the house to departure. And then site, that's spelled Sierra, Tango, Echo, India, Tango, transition. Then as filed. Climb and maintain 1 of 0,000. Expect flight level 380, 10 minutes. That's the departure. Squawk 3171.
Roger, Costera 2711, we're clear to Mike Kevin Tango Airport.
Right, you can see that the approach is now active. We can see the glide slope and the localizer needles.
Spec 380, spec climb to 380, 10 minutes after
Excellent.
departure.
And we're going to come here and set flaps 20.
Sure, sir, thank you.
And Boston, here we come. Right, let's set our view.
Under clearance, good evening, T438. What's the
And we want, I believe it's 121. So we're going to add about 120. We'll do 130.
Gas direct, BT 4000.
Okay, and let's lower the landing gear.
Alright, turn left shows me the outline of 9.
Laps 30.
Right directors, west to Gadsden, and direct.
I have the runway in sight.
2697, squawk 7136 and T438. T438, exact.
Flash delivery, Delta 1353.
Right, looking good.
Delta 1353. Negative C
2500.
So 3053, Roger. Clear to the airport.
All right, and flaps 45.
NS file. Maintain 10,000. Squawk 5741.
We're looking good, folks. We are on the localizer and glide slope.
Squawk 5741. So 3053, read back.
We'll disconnect at about 1,000 feet. Right, and let's go for the landing checklist.
Before landing checklist. Landing gear lever. Down indicator. No steer. Arm centered clear. Anti-skid. Armed tested. Passenger signs. On. Wing cowl anti-ice.
Yep, 1387 clear to Tango
On or
Juliet,
off.
Sierra Juliet,
Continuous
Varsity
ignition.
2, Macon,
On.
Senate filed,
Thrust reversers.
10,000, squawk 3576.
Armed. Spoilers. Stowed auto. Flaps. Set. CAS. Checked. Before landing checklist complete. After landing checklist next.
All right, folks, we are clear to land. Andy Miller, welcome to Senior Captain. Thank you very much for your support, sir. I appreciate it. Look at this beautiful site here of downtown Boston here to our left. What a beautiful scenery by Mr. X freeware scenery, I have to add. And I'm very sorry, guys, I did not update the sceneries, the link to the sceneries in today's for today's stream. But look at the city here as we come into land, the airport, the ships there. Wow, just absolutely beautiful. Just beautiful. Right, let's ease off on the power here. All right, and let's go ahead and disconnect. And let's see. All right, my aircraft.
Yes, then direct. I maintain 10,000, spot 4165.
366, back to verified bank 2 departure.
Bank 2 departure, Endeavor 3366.
Clearance delivery, AC 5326. With negative A cars, we have a clearance on file, and we're ready to copy.
I will just use the pitch trim here to trim the aircraft.
AC 5326, good. Is a Halo 2 departure. Sarge transition, as filed.
We're looking good.
Expect flight level 22010 minutes after departure. Squawk 7226.
500 feet.
The Halo 2 departure, Sarge transition, then is found. I maintain 10,000.
Beautiful approach.
Watch frequency, squawk 722.
5326, readback is correct, and where are you parking at today?
Wind isn't too bad today.
Okay, 5326, thank you very much, have a good flight.
Thank you, good day.
Flight slow. $100. Flight slow. 50. Flight 40. 30. 20. 10.
Good afternoon, sir. Scamjet 839 Yankee.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Boston Logan International Airport. Reverse. All right. We made it.
After landing checklist. Landing pulse recog lights. Off. Anti-collision lights.
Scamjet 839.
There was a go around. Oof.
Departure.
Jeez.
And a radar vector to join J43 to Seminole. Climbing to 4,000, expect 10,000 in 10 minutes.
Off.
Departure on 119.
Continuous ignition.
1702.
Off. Windshield heat.
839,
Off. Probes.
when you're ready to leave. Let's talk to you.
9.9
Off.
will see you.
Wing anti-ice. Off. Cowl anti-ice. On or off. Spoilers. Stow. Flaps. 0. ATC TCAS.
Where you parking?
Alt on. Radar mode. Standby. After landing checklist complete. Engine shutdown checklist next.
All right, so we've made it safely here.
Expect radar vector J45 to Foreman Beach, and then that's
Very, very nice scenery, guys. Look at the grass there. You can see the snow as well. Man, that shimmer looks really bad.
Clearance Southwest 1017.
All right, here we go.
Didn't get a CPGLC.
You can see the icing on the runway. You can see that the runways, the taxiways are all contaminated.
Single transition asphalt, squawk is 2527.
Southwest 1017, clear indication.
It is definitely payware quality, this airport.
2527.
Southwest 1017, back correct, see ya.
7.
I'll tell you guys, I thoroughly enjoyed the flight today. It was a lot of fun, without a doubt. I am sorry that I did not interact with you guys as much as I would like to, but nonetheless, I've tried my best. It's a pretty, pretty involved aircraft.
Well, it looks like it went through the CPDLC, or you're unable to pick it up.
Yeah, definitely the Zebo of the sceneries, for sure. Thank you, Victor. Appreciate it. All right, I'm very unfamiliar with this airport. We can bring Navigraph charts and see where we are. All right, so we are going into the control tower, Terminal B.
Do you have an expected departure clearance time 1810, about 25 minutes from now?
1810, Delta 413, thank you.
All right, this guy is coming head on. Please wait for us. Very busy. All these JetBlue aircraft. All right, so he decided to go elsewhere so we can continue to taxi.
Good afternoon. Clear to the Mike Lima Oscar Airport.
The traffic is from Traffic Global.
Transition, that's as filed, squawk 3326.
These are all gates, so I do see some buildings over there. So maybe we'll just taxi over there.
And then I'll file 4326.
Because we need the FBO. So yeah, we'll find a place where there aren't any gates to park the aircraft. So what do you guys think of the Challenger? The FBO's on the right, is it? That's all right. We'll just go somewhere there, somewhere remote, and park the aircraft. I'm using world traffic for, yeah, it's not bad. Those are cargo ramps. Wow, guys, look at how beautiful this airport is. And the nice thing is that it's all free. Here's a good look at the airport. Huge airport with a lot of runways. You can see the city there as well. Very nice. Mr. X has really built beautiful, beautiful sceneries for X-Plane. I know this is the cargo terminal, guys, but that's all right. We just don't want to waste too much time taxiing now. Yeah, for default scenery, I think it's very, very good. And, you know, we picked a location where we could also see the feature of active sky XP, where, you know, it brings the snow into the ground textures and all that good stuff. That's the fire station, it looks like. And we'll just bring the aircraft to a stop somewhere here. Let's see. Maybe right here. There we go. Yeah, that's definitely the cargo area. But that's okay. There's a marshaller there doing something. All right. There we go. And let's set the parking brake. Okay.
Engine shutdown checklist. Taxi lights. Off. Parking brake. Set. Reverse thrust. Stowed. Generators 1 and 2. Off. Engine 2 shut down.
Maintain 10,000, squawk 7116. What was that first fix after the vectors for Endeavour 3620? Radar vectors north 1, November, Oscar.
Right, shutting down the engines.
Alright, for Endeavour 3620 cleared via the radar vectors north 1.
Fuel boost pumps.
Then Golf, Quebec, Oscar, as filed up to 10,000.
Off. Fuel system.
7116.
Check. Engine 1 shut down. Check ITT below 350 degrees Celsius.
Right, we'll just wait. It is under 300.
Anti-ice. Off. 14th stage. Off. Beacon.
Right, beacon lights.
Off. No steer. Off. ATC TCAS.
I was told to call you for repositioning.
Right, we can go to ATC.
Over to the South Cargo Ramp to Total Air Services.
Standby 0. Parking brake if chocked.
Right, we can call the ground crew to bring in the chocks. We'll just wait for the ground crew. to install the
Ground
chocks.
to cockpit. Chocks are in.
All right, chocks are in.
Sir, we had a
Off.
maintenance return.
Passenger signs.
Looks like we might be
Right,
out
we can
here
now
about
turn
20
off.
to 30 minutes at the
Off.
latest.
Cabin
Just
differential.
wondering if our,
Secure and checklist. Emergency lights.
valid.
All right, so the securing we'll do it after we let the passengers out. So let me go ahead and open the door now.
Thank you, sir.
We need to disable X camera. All right, there we go.
Clearance delivery, Boutique 434, ready for IFR. Boutique 434, cleared via the...
All right, now we're supposed to get the Mercedes-Benz fan.
Airport taxis here. Thank
There
you,
we go.
Captain. Great flight as always.
Thank you very much, guys.
I'll
I hope
see
you
you next
enjoyed it.
time.
Yeah, take care. Have a nice day. All right, so the passengers are now disembarking the aircraft, and we can now go to completing the securing checklist.
Clearance, Boutique 434.
Off. AC DC utility switch.
Yes, sir, did you hear my read back? I was having some comm issues there.
Off. 3 minutes. Headsets. Off. Thrust reversers. Off. Chocks. Installed. Parking brake. Off. Hydraulic pumps.
Delta 1270.
Delta 1270 clearance.
Yes, ma'am, they got us on the Halo today. Do you know if that's going to be north or
Off.
south? Departure,
Nav lights.
which side?
Logo light.
Delta 1270 to inspect the departure runway 27 right.
All the lights are off.
Off.
You're welcome.
APU generator.
All right, the APU generator is still running.
Off. APU start stop. Stop. Packs.
Right, let's turn off the packs.
LCV. LCV. 10th stage isolation valve. Closed. APU power fuel. Off. ICAS APU gauge.
Right, the reason I haven't turned it off, because if you do, you'll lose electrical power to the aircraft, so we'll just leave it.
Not displayed. Battery master.
All right, so now we can go, the next thing is service lights. Okay, so now we can come here and turn off the APU gen. And we can also turn off the, there we go. And now everything is off, and now the battery master switch goes to the off position. And there you have it. The aircraft is now secure. Let's go ahead and move out, and there we go. Excellent. All right, and the door is closed, and we can bring back the pitot covers. We didn't open the... All right, we can do it here, here. There's no one there? Okay, there we go. Nothing here. Okay. All right, so we are all done here. We've done the entire flight with the checklists today, from cold and dark to securing the aircraft here at Boston International Airport. It was definitely a fun flight, but we're not over. We're not done yet, right? So it's time for the giveaway, and let's see who is going to be the lucky winner today, winning a copy of this beautiful aircraft. And again, guys, the Challenger 650 by HotStart is, in my view, the single most complex study level and accurate simulation of an aircraft ever developed for any flight sim platform. Nothing comes close to the Challenger 650. My sincere thanks to the developer for giving me this beta aircraft of version 1.8, which addresses a lot of things, and it also includes a lot of improvements for VNAV and calculations and things like that. I was able to hopefully give you a glimpse of what this aircraft delivers to us as flight simmers, and I hope that you've enjoyed the flight. If I've done any mistakes along the way, please excuse me. But yeah, I'm not a real world pilot, and I hope that you've enjoyed the presentation. All right, time for us now to head over to Nightbot to do the giveaway. And one lucky winner is going to win this aircraft. Now, for the winner to claim the gift, all I need is an email sent to info@q8pilot.com. Moderators, if I may, can you please just put in my email address in chat so that people can refer to it if they need to? Info@q8pilot.com. And you need to have a screenshot of your YouTube profile page while you are logged in so that I can verify that you are indeed the winner of the contest. All you need to do to be eligible is if you haven't been active in the last 5 minutes, just type in hello Q8 and you will be eligible to enter into the giveaway. And for that, well, while you guys are all, let me just zoom out here to give you a good view of this rather beautiful scenery there by Mr. X. You can see it here. It's a snowy day here at Boston, but it looks so nice. Look at that. Yeah, the airport is very well done by Mr. X. Just lovely. There you go. All right, and here's our beauty of an aircraft, the Challenger 650. All right, so far, folks, we have 150 eligible users. The list appears to be growing. So I do realize the time is a bit late, so let me go ahead and roll the winner in 3, 2, 1, roll it. And the winner is Literal Games. Literal Games is the winner. Congratulations, Literal Games. Please just identify yourself here in chat so that we can verify that you're still with us. Literal Games. Hey, you are here. Congratulations, sir. Now, if you do not have an account, you're most welcome. If you don't have an account with X Aviation, I highly recommend that you create the account, because the giveaway, the way it works is after I make the payment to X Aviation, they will have to assign that specific serial to your email address. So they need you to have an account with them. So please make sure that you create an account with X Aviation if you don't already have an account with them. You have it, no problem. Okay, perfect. So all I need from you is an email to info@q8pilot.com with a screenshot of your YouTube account while you're logged in. I can already see your profile here, so I just need that for verification purposes, and then I will instruct the guys over at X Aviation to assign the key to your account, and you can then have enjoy the complexity of the Challenger 650, and I hope that you'll come back to this stream and you'll find it as a good reference to fly the aircraft. All right, well, this brings us to the conclusion of this live stream, ladies and gents, and I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you for all the memberships. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the support. Thank you for keeping me busy. And if there were any shortcomings during this stream because of the lack of interaction from my part, I do apologize. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other. And I will see you all very soon. Thanks for tuning in, and good night.